Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Going back out to Vermont. It's Hill Farmstead time. Oh, my favorite times. This is Ephraim, I think is how you say it. Is that right? It's Ephraim, right? I think that's how you pronounce that name. I love that name, and I love the spelling of it. Hill Farmstead is in Greensboro Bend, Vermont. This is a per the label American Imperial India Pale Ale, and this is the first time I can recall Hill Farmstead putting the ABV on the can. God fucking bless you guys. 10% big boy beer, triple IPA. Talks about how Ephraim was, let's see here, great-great-grandfather. Hill Farmstead Brewery resides several hundred feet downhill from the land that he and his father settled. In his honor, this Imperial IPA is dutifully crafted from American malted barley, buckets of American hops, ale yeast, and water from our well. This is an ale I dream to have shared with his great-great-grandfather. So, I've talked about it multiple times. Hill Farmstead, for me, best brewery in the country. They nail every style. I've never had a bad beer from them. This beer comes courtesy of my beer bro, Jeff, aka Double G. Appreciate you, brother. You are awesome. This beer is ice cold out of my fridge. I didn't realize this was 10%, but I knew it was over 9%. So when I drink beers that are over 9%, I do not let them sit out. I drink them ice cold out of the fridge. So I say it every time. So if for some reason you drank this beer and yours was warmer than mine, and our tasting notes are different, what we smell and taste are different, that's probably why. So this is kind of weird to me. So Jeff sent me an email saying that he got cans of this and he was going to send one to me to drink. His was crystal clear. Mine looks like Hill Farmstead, like what I'm used to seeing. It's like not crazy hazy, but it's like the Alchemist haze. I can see the shadow of my finger through the glass, but his looked crystal clear in the picture. Mine is not crystal clear. So quarter finger of bright white head. It is like a glowing sunshiny yellow. Probably looks darker on camera. They all do because of this bright light in this red video game. Someone told me like to put a tablecloth over this. I'm like, dude, the kids play this all the time. Like I can't, I don't know. It's fine. Fuck, shit's not that serious, right? Let's smell this. This actually is not like crazy explosive as far as the aroma goes. Dude, it's insane that this is 10%. Like this smells super soft. It's got like a soft citrus and soft like nondescript tropical thing. It smells sweet. It smells not alcohol sweet though. It just smells like bready. It smells like a triple IPA. But it doesn't smell sticky. It doesn't smell like it's going to be super like over the top, like obnoxious sweet. Yeah, not a lot of like, it's not a crazy explosive, but let's go and taste it, Jeff. Cheers. Appreciate you, bro. You know what this immediately reminds me of? Old school Alpine exponential hoppiness. This beer, I can't, just because the nose wasn't like crazy explosive, so I had nothing to like prepare myself for. This beer is intensely hoppy. It is bitter on the middle of your tongue, and it finishes sweet. This is almost in, I don't think it's as tropical, but almost in the vein of like how if you guys have had Lagunitas Waldos, it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me immediately though of exponential hoppiness. Like it's piney, it's bitter, it's old school. It's funny because it's not dark, it's not like caramely, but it's got like that kind of caramely sweet finish. I think this is one of the most like intense beer I've had from Hill Farmstead as far as like the bitterness goes. Like it digs into your tongue. It's very like grapefruit zest, or like biting. I always talk about like when I peel oranges, I bite into the peel. I don't peel it with my fingers. And when you bite into all like that white pithy part, it's like that. I mean, listen, I'm not a triple IPA guy anymore. So 10% beers, I'm not drinking every day. But this, for what it is, like it's pretty fucking drinkable for being 10%. There is like not a hint of booze, which is crazy. It doesn't even like feel warm in my chest. In fairness, I mentioned this like 4 or 5 beer reviews ago. We've got some friends over, we're sharing these beers. So we've shared like I don't know, 4 or 5 beers already. So maybe like I'm just kind of adjusted to drinking alcohol, but this doesn't feel warm at all. It's warmed up a little bit, and like that kind of grapefruit zest is coming out more in the aroma. Yeah, I mean, this is, listen, like I said, I'm not a 10% beer guy anymore. But for this, for what it is, this is really fucking good. Is this my favorite Hill Farmstead beer ever? No. I would much prefer drinking their lower ABV beers, like their regular just Citra, Nelson, Galaxy beers. But this was fun to drink. I like that. I mean, I've never had a 10% hoppy beer from them. I like that Sean can brew 10% hoppy beers, and it's not crazy over the top. It's not a mess. Like, it's just a really, I mean, dare I say, drinkable 10% beer. It is sweet. It is old school. It's bready, but it has like that hop bitterness. So this reminds me of like an old school, like I said, Alpine exponential hoppiness. This reminds me of something that like you'd get from Sierra Nevada back in the day. Just like pretty intensely bitter and sweet, malty, that kind of thing. So I'm glad I got to drink this. It's a really good beer. So that's Ephraim from Hill Farmstead. Jeff, I appreciate you sharing this one, my bro. You guys had this one? Let's talk about it. I don't know like how often they release this beer. I don't know if this beer is hyped. I have no idea. Are you guys in Vermont like drinking 10% beers? I mean, if you like Triple Sunshine, you probably like this beer and you're in Vermont. That's another one that comes to mind thinking about 10% beers. So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.